Hi, I'm Matt with eTrailer. If you have a 2022 Toyota 4Runner and you're looking for a carrier that's just really easy to get on and off of your roof because maybe you find yourself constantly taking this on and off, then the Inno Gravity Ski and Snowboard carrier is going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. So what I like about with a ski and snowboard carrier is that it's going to give you a better option for mounting your skis because putting it inside your vehicle isn't ideal. Mainly because they're going to take up a lot of space. And while you do have a lot of space back here, if you have any passengers, they're going to be very uncomfortable. Especially since if you're using these a lot, they're going to have a lot of snow, grime, dirt on them. And you don't want that inside your vehicle. So this is going to be a much better option. And I am a fan of how these mount into place with these memory clamps. But we'll take a look at that in a second. Before I do that, I'm going to show how you open them. Now this is the only thing I'm not a big fan of. And it's going to be this button here. It's kind of flush with the carrier itself, so if you have any thicker gloves and mittens on, it might be a little bit trickier to press, but if you take your time, you'll be able to get it open. And that will grant you access to your skis. Now, since I do have a running board, this will be a lot easier to access them. Now, if you don't, then I'd recommend checking out the Grip Ski and Snowboard carrier because it's going to have some trays that come out to make that process easier. But we can take a closer look on the inside. You're going to notice that we have some rubber molding. That rubber molding is perfect because it's going to help keep your skis in place, preventing them from sliding around. It's also going to have some grooves in there to help that with that too. Now this is where I find it gets kind of interesting because we're going to have these flanges on either side, and these are actually going to come down and that's just secure down to that lever. And we're also going to have this lock cord. So this lock cord is not only securing your skis in a place so no one can take them, but also the carrier too. Because now, since our flanges are blocking this lever, you can't pull this out. The only way to do that is to lift up on here, then you can pull on this. And what's really unique about these are that they're memory clamps. So you just kind of turn this around, tighten it to your search and spec to fit around your crossbars. And once you're done with that, you'll just push in and it'll lock into place. And this is going to remember its position every time you use it. So it's a really easy, intuitive carrier. And what I also like about this is it reminds me of the Yakima Fat Cat Evo's securement option because that's also another option that locks from one place, securing your access to your carrier and the clamps to it as well. The only downside to that one though is you have to manually tighten something down inside of the carrier, which can be a little bit of a pain. So that's where I really like this one. But now we can get a few measurements just to see how this is going to sit up here. And the first measurement I'm going to get is going to be underneath. We're going to see how far or how much space those clamps are taking. And this is going to be really minimum. That's at most ½ an inch. So in most cases, you should be fine and this shouldn't get in your way. But the next thing I want to measure is going to be the overall height. And this is one of our taller ones, and this is almost 7 inches. So what I'd recommend doing is just taking the total height of your vehicle, your crossbars, and your carrier so you know what area you can make it under. And as far as how much space we're taking up on our crossbars, these are actually some pretty small carriers, so you're going to have plenty of space on the other side, whether you want to get another set of these or if you want to put any type of basket or box up here too, you have that ability. And the final thing for how these are placed up here, I actually recommend pushing your crossbars all the way forward because skis are typically pretty long, so when you try to open up your hatch, you want to make sure they're going to clear and not make contact with this. But that's just something to think about. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a great carrier, especially if you're looking for that really easy installation because you are constantly taking off your carrier. Now, if you're looking for not only an easy installation, but easy access to your skis or snowboards, then I'd recommend that Grip like I was talking about earlier. Since it does have some trays that pull out, that's just going to make loading and unloading your skis much more obtainable. But that's also going to be at a much more premium price range, and it's just going to depend on how much ease of use do you want. But again, this was just a look at the Inno Gravity ski and snowboard carrier on top of our 2022 Toyota 4Runner. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.